The 1st of October 1960, and Nigeria is now indeed an independent, sovereign nation.
Since independence, the founding fathers of Nigeria had a unified purpose: to bring us freedom and development for a better Nigeria. That purpose still resounds at the hearts of the passionate, vibrant, and talented youth of Nigeria.
We have been mobilizing young professionals to tell them we have a collective role to play in nation building.
If we have to bring about a change, we have to do it ourselves, we have to do it better, and we have to do it now.
I will thank the people that came to give us bags, books, biro, and other materials. In fact, we have not seen such a thing in this community. My heart is full of joy. I thank God for remembering this my community, Odoni, for sending our children all the way from Abuja to come and help us. We are very grateful.
I believe that young people have a role to play in the process of change. Young people have a role to play in economic advancement. Young people have a role to play in political growth.
All over the world, the youth make up the larger part of the population of most societies. This is why nations who aspire for growth and development make empowerment of their youth priority.
Oftentimes, if all you're doing is talking to old men like me, then you're not reaching the people who are going to be providing the energy, the new initiatives, the new ideas. And so we thought that it would be very important for us to have an opportunity to bring the next generation of leaders together. Africa is the youngest continent. Many of the countries that you represent, half of the people are under 30.
We've seen the consequences of not taking advantage, of our youth and getting the demographic dividend that we should out of them.
In Nigeria, the youth are seen as the engine room for socio-economic development of the nation.
The youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow, but the youth are already leading, because the youth decide who becomes the president of this country. The youth decide who becomes the governors of the country, of their states. The youth decide who becomes the local government chairman, because the youths have more than 60% of the votes. So you really decide who rules at federal, state, or local government level. So you are the leaders of today.
With the passionate commitment to actualizing lofty dreams and fostering great change in the Nigerian society, the Nigerian Young Professionals Forum, NYPF, was born as a means of achieving the objectives of the collective aspirations of the people of Nigeria. Under the amiable leadership of Moses Siloko Siasia, this non-governmental organization, principally made up of dynamic and positively minded young Nigerians, aspires the promotion of innovative ideas and accountable leadership development for socio-economic advancement.
The campaign that we are taking to every nooks and crannies in this country, from Bayelsa to Zamfara, from Zamfara to Enugu, from Enugu to Oshogbo, from Oshogbo, everywhere in Nigeria, is that it is time for us to be that change that Nigeria is desiring, to be that change that we want to be that agent of change that can bring about, the prosperity and the greatness that Nigeria as a country, requires.
It was then called the Niger Delta Young Professional, and so it evolved today to be the Nigerian Young Professionals Forum. It was born out of the need for young professionals in Nigeria to collaborate, share ideas, have access to mentorship programs, and basically be able to come up with innovative ideas that will foster economic and social development.
One of the core values of the Nigerian young professionals is to create the future. And this is encapsulated in our core values, which includes character and content development, integrity, capacity building, national integration, purposeful leadership, empowerment, that's youth empowerment, and social responsibility.
We just believed we can actually come together and make a change in the country, push this country to greater heights where it's supposed to be.
The Nigerian Young Professionals Forum is an intervention vision as an alternative to the existing problems that Nigeria is facing on the issue of leadership. The only solution we have is that the younger generation should take initiative and take their destinies in their hands and then effect the change that is required in our society. That is the major and core objective of NYPF, to intervene in the existing leadership lacuna that exists in our society.
It's a medium for us to really come together as youths and, not make the same mistakes that our leaders have made. Really just come together and get it right and say, okay, we need to clamor for purposeful leadership, which is accountability.
All this the NYPF does by creating a platform for government to interact with the youth, provides opportunities for young people to go to school and to acquire skills, provides mentoring for young professionals, and brings young professionals together to share ideas through networking.
Are you optimistic and passionate about your product and service? A business is find a need, feel a need.
In the UK, that a white person and buy, say, the world's most expensive suit, or the world's most expensive banner phone, or the world's most expensive champagne. It's fantastic to know that, yes, it was a Nigerian who created that.
The Nigerian Young Professionals Forum currently has a global following with over 13 million members across 15 countries.
We started a series of summits and we went round to 5 locations, 5 cities in 3 months. It was amazing.
We've been to the north, which held in Kaduna, and from there we moved to the southeast, which held in Enugu, and we went to Bayelsa State, the south-south, and then we went to the southwest, which is Lagos State, and we finalized it in London, in UK. And in all these events, you will discover that the turnout was massive. People were so eager that this is a summit of different proportion.
And they came up with suggestions on how we can actually network and build that sustainable support, around young people living in the northern part of Nigeria.
People are eager to participate in issues of governance. Our agitation hitherto has been that we young people should be included in governance, in the process of governance in this country at all levels. And that is why we're advocating from one region to another, even in diaspora, to ensure that people come on board to participate in the leadership position, both in not just politics, business and social responsibilities. So it's all encompassing.
It shows that Nigerians are hungry for change, and that this change, we have now learned that it cannot be left to anyone else but to us. As young people, we need to establish the change that we desire for our future.
Create an awareness of the problem that is actually existing. It's not just talking about the problems. Anybody can stand and criticize. We've been talking. Everybody has been talking. You understand? So but what we exist to do now is this. It's not just talking. We also want to proffer solutions.
The Nigerian Young Professionals Forum partners with individuals, governments, corporate organizations, NGOs, and societies for development in any capacity that will impact the lives of Nigerians positively.
We organize exchange programs where young people in Nigeria, where they can travel abroad to refine institutions, to have internship programs to build capacity, to build knowledge, and all that. So today we have a lot of young people in our database that we believe that qualified to take advantage of opportunities in Nigeria.
What Moses and his team have done with the young professionals, I think, is a fantastic initiative. What I would rather be known as is somebody who's really making a difference, moving the needle, making an impact, changing lives, enabling, empowering, and inspiring people. Do I think I'm successful? No. I think I'm still on my way there. I think I've still got a very long way to go. The most important thing is that you have to be very determined. You have to be very honest. I have a spiritual leader. His name is Morari Bapu. His core teaching is truth, love, and compassion. These three words are very simple, but they're very, very difficult to practice, and you must practice them. By being honest, by being truthful, there's no shortcut to success. And if you want sustainable success, if you want long-term success, where you can sleep at night peacefully and know that you truly deserve this success, then you have to be honest, and you have to work hard, and you have to work honestly.
We have actually engaged government on how government can, extend, some level of teachings on entrepreneurship to young people. How can you do that? Through the NYC, National Youth Service Corps.
The Nigerian Young Professionals Forum refuses to ignore laudable achievements, especially when it encourages excellence, innovation, hard work, creativity, and provides opportunities for growth and development to young Nigerians. This is why the NYPF Recognition and Achievement Awards recognizes individuals and organizations with outstanding accomplishments in their various pursuits and callings.
We gave an award, to the then late President Yar'Adua, who did a lot for the Niger Delta people by his pronouncement of amnesty to the Niger Delta youths. And also the establishment during his regime as president, he established the Niger Delta Ministry. And we gave him an award in an event in Lagos. And we also gave award to the likes of Governor Godswill Akpabio, a very excellent governor that have done so well in terms of providing the right kind of modern infrastructure for his people, for the Akwa Ibom people, and a man that have actually showed a very huge leadership role. We gave a little girl an award, Daniela Danjumbo, that published 2 books at the age of 7. So she was there in person to receive the award. So it was a very huge program.
And of course, the Nigerian Young Professionals Forum has received several awards from different organizations in recognition of their contributions to the development of young Nigerians. The international community is also identifying with the presence and impact that the NYPF is making.
We've actually been getting very positive responses from people out there. We didn't know we're creating such a huge impact until the calls, the messages started coming in. Everybody's interested in what we're trying to do.
We have been talking to institutions, global institutions. We have been talking to local institutions. We have been talking to governments of nations on how they can actually partner with us, as young professionals, Nigerian young professionals, to bring about the development of young people. President Obama today is meeting with a lot of young people through the Yali platform. We were privileged to be there in 2012, but we also, in this present one that they went for in New York 3 days ago, we have a lot of young professionals in the Nigerian Young Professionals Forum that went to represent Nigeria, and we believe that they're going to do well in their representation. And this is what we are doing to reshape and mold young people, to expose them in a global form.
We cannot rest on our arse. We will continue to forge ahead. We'll continue to move to the next level. We are not satisfied with what we are not there yet, but by the grace of God, we are not where we used to be. And we have the opportunity to expand, and we have that zeal to also go and increase our chapters in different countries across the world.
I love my country. I really want to contribute in so many ways to the development of the nation. Everybody, the government, the foreign governments, and us as citizens are looking into so many options to deal with the problem or solve it. What citizens really need is care. So when we care for each other, we help by donating, by charity, by enlightening the youth all over the country.
all the summits that we put together was done in 5 months, including the UK summit. In 5 months. It's never heard of. I've never seen in recent times an organization that is a organization that is made up of young people putting up all these programs together in a very short space of time. And I told my people, despite the fact that we have huge challenge in terms of funding, we can achieve it. And today we have achieved it. And we are going for the grand finale in Abuja, which is at the International Conference Center, come on the 9th of August 2014. And it gives me great joy and happiness that at that time we had challenges. We had people who said, no, we can't do it. And we had people who said, we can do it. So today we can beat our chest to say that we can do it. And that's how Nigeria is going to be tomorrow. We can achieve a very prosperous and a new Nigeria. We can achieve that.
The Nigerian Young Professionals Forum has built and is still building a global network of young professionals from Nigeria. These positive-minded young Nigerians have transformed a mere idea into a veritable tool for national integration and purposeful leadership by advocating for inclusive governance and youth empowerment. And by doing so, the NYPF believes that the young people of Nigeria will indeed be appropriately equipped to better serve as trustees of prosperity and custodians of the future of Nigeria.